Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I was already out at the gate. I had to take the garbage out, and our garbage men come really early. I've got to get up about 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't see how to get here at 7 in the morning. I mean, we live way on top of a mountain. So, and then of course on their way, no doubt, they're picking up everybody else's trash too. Well, anyway, so I went out early this morning and brought it all out, took the dogs with me, so it was safer to do so. And so I have the door open. It's cool. It's about 50 something degrees out there. But I'm home alone and I'm saving the wood. I'm good with the hot flashes. It's like you have that heater coming on every so often. So I don't really need a fire. Besides, I got other things to do today. And so I'll stay warm. I wanted to show you guys something. So, do I still have a green one? Here's one that hasn't quite turned all the way. This is a pumpkin. I've got them sitting here everywhere. I've mentioned this before. From one seed, one pumpkin seed, which was a volunteer, by the way, growing in our manure pile, I got 25 pumpkins, and they're eating pumpkins. That's a huge one. See, here's another one. And they were completely green when I picked them. I had to. The horses got into it, chomped down on one of them, and then left part of it. I guess they were still a little too green for them, but I thought, yeah, they'll take a bite out of every one of them if they get a chance in the next few days, or when I picked them that day, I thought. And then they start turning. Yeah, isn't that cool? Pumpkins, they will last all the way to the spring. It's amazing. I have one that they soften up a little bit after a while, and then you just start eating the ones that get a little softer. Anyway, so I got one in the fridge right now. I'm gonna make me a pumpkin soup. There. Yeah, there. Oh, look, this one has turned completely orange now. See? Look at that. 25. 25 pumpkins. I got off one pumpkin seed. Huh? A volunteer on top of that. It's not something. And my granddaughter's birthday is on the 31st of October, Halloween. So I gave all my, and then my grandson's birthday's in September, middle of September. So when I had the chance, of course I had to give one to my little granddaughter too. I gave all my grandchildren pumpkins for their birthday. I know, right? What a silly thing to do. They loved them. And it's something Grandma grew. Okay, I have to say, I didn't grow it. God was growing them. So there you go, right? Yes, what do you think, Gus? Of course you have to be all in the way again. Come on now. Oh, it's time to get ready for Christmas now. When I'm done with all of my little snowmen, I'm going to show them to you. I can't, my children don't really watch the videos, so I don't have to worry. Well, sure enough, if I show them in one of the videos, then they'll watch one, right? That one. But I made, out of gourds that I grew, I made little snowmen, and I made the whole family. I made them like them, kind of. All right, guys, go lay down, or I'm putting you out. They just had a treat. Go lay down. Ah, my gosh. Of course they came out too. He had a good run. You should be tired. Go lay down. All right. So, next. We are on 42, we are. I gotta mark these. I get mixed up. I don't have a very good memory anymore. There's certain things I remember really well. All right, the family pledge, number 6. Our family pledges to embody God and true parents. We will perfect a family which moves heavenly fortune and conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love. Yeah, yeah. One could think of all kinds of things with what that means. I found having built this place here, which had took a lot of work, a lot of toiling, a lot of sweat and tears went into this place. I can tell you that, huh? And and one thing we did is that this place was dedicated to God. This is God's land. This isn't ours. It's God's land, right? Yes. I'm gonna put you out, buddy. All right, go lay down. Go lay down now. Go lay down. Go. I don't have my fly swatter here. That works with those big guys. You just have to hold it up. Go lay down now. But I don't have one here right now. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go on. He says, no, you want to pet me still. No, not right now. Anyway, so what's it say again here? We will perfect the family which moves heavenly fortune and conveys heaven's blessing to our community. Yep, I think we've done that in many ways. Not just me, but my children as well. Yep, my husband still working out there for and with people in all different areas. We're doing good as a family, I have to say. Proud of our family. I think God's proud too. I know He is. All right, Genesis 42. The first meeting between Joseph and his brothers. Oh, well, looky there. Oh, one of my legs hurts. Jacob, seeing that there were supplies to be had in Egypt, said to his sons, why do you keep staring at one another? I hear, he said, that there are supplies in Egypt. Go down and procure some for us there, so that we may survive and not die. Now we all know, right, that it seems like Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, they're all rich. They have a lot, right? Yes. Well, all that gold and I don't know what doesn't do you no good if you got nothing to eat, right? Maybe by now, some of their the herds got depleted from eating got to eat something. Right? So interesting on how no money. Some people. Okay, I have to mention that. People convert stuff into gold, you gotta have gold too, because that will be, I'm going, can't eat gold, well, but you can, well, the better thing is, invest in growing your own food, right? That's the best thing, I think, yeah. Let's see, I remember in Berkeley, they had a community garden, which I went to and planted some stuff for a couple of years. Sadly, there were people stealing and stuff, but there was enough still. But then I just had my own garden, right? Yeah, everywhere I went, I had my own garden. I grew my own stuff. Even in the city, we had chickens in the city too. We had a goat in the city. We had rabbits in the city. Okay, all right. I know, right? Okay. So here, you gotta go someplace, right, with what you got, with your riches in your pocket. Go see if they're gonna give you something so you can live. That's what you can't eat gold. Well, some people might. I don't know. So 10 of Joseph's brothers went down to procure grain in Egypt. But Jacob did not send Joseph's brother Benjamin with his brothers. Nothing must happen to him, he thought. Oh, well. Okay. Dear me. Surely there aren't parents out there that just pray for one child and not the other, right? Okay, all right. Hey, and maybe at that time they didn't need all that much. I don't know. Just sounds weird. Thus the sons of Israel were among the other people who came to get supplies, there being famine in Canaan. It was Joseph, as the man in authority over the country, who allocated the rations to the entire population. Man, that had to be a job. So Joseph's brothers went and bowed down before him, their faces touching the ground. Whoop-de-whoop, there goes one dream. As soon as Joseph saw his brothers, he recognized them, but he did not make himself known to them. And he spoke harshly to them. Where have you come from? He asked. From Canaan to get food, they replied. Now when Joseph recognized his brothers, but they did not recognize him, Joseph remembered the dreams he had had about them and said to them, You are spies. You have come to discover the country's weak points. No, my lord, they said, your servants have come to get food. Okay, all right. I mean, one gets a little bit glee, right? And certain things, you just look and you're going, well, you know what? I guarantee you that something's going to happen. Not don't always have to be a bad thing when you warn people, right? Yeah, and say, I wouldn't do that if I were you, or this is what's going to happen eventually, and then it happens, and you're going, told you so. You can hardly help yourself but say, told you so. Well, there you go. We are all sons of the same man. We are honest men. Your servants are not spies. They're honest men. Yeah, honest. Well, we know, right? Well, they don't know that he knows that we know, but they're not honest men. Oh, no, he replied. You have come to discover the country's weak points. Your servants were 12 brothers, they said, sons of the same man in Canaan, but the youngest is at present with our father, and the other one is no more. To which Joseph retorted, It is as I said, you are spies. This is the test you are to undergo. As sure as Pharaoh lives, you shall not leave unless your youngest brother comes here. Oh. Send one of your number to fetch your brother. You others will remain under arrest, so that your statements can be tested to see whether or not you are honest. If not, then as sure as Pharaoh lives, you are spies. Whereupon he put them all into custody for 3 days. He's making kindling. That's a good thing to do while I'm reading. Well, so he wants to keep them there. Well, I've heard the story different, where Joseph was really excited to see his brothers actually. Joseph had a good heart, right? Yeah. On the 3rd day, Joseph said to them, Do this, and you will live, for I am a man who fears God. If you're honest men, let one of your brothers be detained where you are imprisoned. The rest of you go and take supplies home for your starving families. Oh, he didn't just send them off with nothing. Aw. But you must bring your youngest brother back to me. In this way, what you have said will be verified, and you will not have to die. And this is what they did. And they said to one another, Clearly we are being punished for what we did to our brother. Oh! Now, how did they get to that conclusion? Interesting. It's been bothering them, for a long time. They're still thinking of that. So it's been eating up. It's been eating at their conscience. Well, we saw his deep misery when he pleaded with us, but we would not listen, and now this misery has come home to us. Reuben retorted to them, Did I not tell you not to wrong the boy? But you would not listen. Now comes the accounting. Well, he was the oldest one, wasn't he? Hey! It's always too late afterwards. Yeah, afterwards one gets smarter. It's such a classic thing here. They did not know that Joseph understood because there was an interpreter between them. Oh! Oh! Oh, yeah, and then there is that. Oh, that has happened to me where I stood next to Swiss people, right? Speaking Swiss, which you don't hear that too often. And they're all around the world. Have the Swiss German language. It's called Swiss German because it is similar to just High German, right? Or Austrian, or but when it comes down to it, when you get into, for example, Murtital, forget it. I even have a hard time understanding them. I can, but so real Swiss German, you're going to have a hard time understanding more than just a few words. Right? So here they are. Right? So this happened to me, where I'd stand next to but nicely. The good thing was they weren't talking badly about anything, So, and I didn't even. But it was interesting listening to them not thinking I could understand them. Beware, beware, right? You never know. So here they are, right? Joseph can understand everything. He turned away from them and wept. Aw. See? Aw. He could have turned away and just have to ball his fists and be angry, but he didn't do that. He cried. When he was able to speak to them again, he chose Simeon, one of their number, and had him bound while they looked on. Jacob's sons returned to Canaan. Joseph gave the order to fill their panniers with grain. Panniers. Must be containers. I've never heard of that word. I gotta go check that out. Where's my panniers? Gotta mark that. Panniers with grain. So to put back each man's money in his sack, and to give them provisions for the journey. This was done for them. Then they loaded their supplies on their donkeys and went away. But when they camped for the night, one of them opened his sack to give his donkey some fodder and saw his money. There it was in the mouth of his sack. He said to his brothers, "My money has been put back. Here it is in my sack." Their hearts sank, and they looked at one another in panic, saying, "What is this that God has done to us?" Returning to their father, Jacob in Canaan, they gave him a full report of what had happened to them. I wonder why that was such a bad thing. They wouldn't take their money. I don't know what that means. Maybe someone knows what that means at that time for like a debt unpaid now or something. I'm not sure what that means. But they're worried about it. Returning to their father Jacob in Canaan, they gave him a full report of what had happened to them. The man who is lord of the country spoke harshly to us, accusing us of spying on the country. We told him, "We are honest men. We are not spies. We were 12 brothers, sons of the same father. One of us is no more, and the youngest is at present with our father in Canaan." Well, they reported back exactly what they said. But the man who is lord of the country said to us, "This is how I shall know whether you are honest. Leave one of your brothers with me. Take supplies for your starving families and be gone. But bring me back your youngest brother, and then I shall know that you are not spies but honest men. Then I shall give your brother back to you, and you will be free to move about the country." I wonder if Joseph also wanted to see how they treated Benjamin. Could be. I don't know. Well, it's one way to get everybody to go. As they emptied their sacks, each discovered his bag of money in his sack. On seeing their bags of money, they were afraid. and so was their father. Why were they afraid? What is that all about? Then their father Jacob said to them, "You are robbing me of my children." Oh, Joseph is no more, Simeon is no more, and now you want to take Benjamin. I bear the brunt of all this. Oh, maybe they're afraid that now Simeon was kept as a slave or something as payment. Maybe this is what this is all about. If the money would have been taken as well, then it would have been just to return and bring everybody back home afterwards. This seems that's what it is, right? Like Simeon is the payment, and Benjamin might be. Right? Then Reuben said to his father, "You may put my 2 sons to death if I do not bring him back to you. Put him in my care, and I will bring him back to you." But he replied, "My son is not going down with you, for now his brother is dead. He is the only one left. If any harm came to him on the journey you are undertaking, you would send my white head down to Sheol with grief." They have an interesting way of making deals here. Okay, Dad, you can kill my 2 sons, which would be the grandsons of Jacob. You can kill them if I don't bring Benjamin back. Weird, just weird. This is like the dynamic in those families is weird. Well, anyway, I'm not getting that. Oh, what does the pledge say? Ugh, what's the pledge say? One could almost say, is it really so difficult for people to just view everyone equal? In God's eyes, everyone's equal. You don't think so? You think if you're born in royalty, a noble or something, or born into a rich family, you have more value in God's eyes? What do you think? And if you're poor, well, Jesus said that the poorest will be first, and then okay. Oh, really? So what? So Jesus loves the poor people more than the rich people? I don't think that's what it is it? Yeah. I don't see why we can't just all see, acknowledge how equal we all are in God's eyes. Folks said that. I've said this many times before. Everyone is born with a gift, a beautiful gift, a talent is given to you. Yes. And no matter what place you're born into, what your life is as a child, that, eventually you make it through it. You do. And then you get to decide, you get to be free. We have a 16-year-old here right now that ran for office for the water conservation soil and water conservation office. And he's not the only one. There's 3 people that were elected out of 4, right? And he got the most votes, 16. He wrote up this really beautiful essay about why he wants to take office. He feels that young people should start early with dedicating themselves to what goes on in their community. Yes, and help out and be a productive member of said community. This young man's still going to high school. Yes, so he's going to school, and he's the youngest one in Kentucky that's ever held an office. All right. maybe in the United States, could very well be. Little Hayden here is making history. Well, just saying. This young man's pretty darn amazing, I'm telling you. When you read what he wrote and his, when you hear him talk, this not just, wow, he has a talent. He's advanced. Not just that, but his heart is in the right place. Anyway, so we'll see, right? Yes, he's a great example to young people out there, right? Yes. Yeah. Remember why you're going to college. Yeah. Remember why you're going to school. Yeah. Any young person I have here still going to school, high school especially, make the best out of it. Yeah. Yeah. Because a lot of it, a lot of on how you conduct yourself, behave yourself now, and as a young person, a young adult, a teenager, will determine how your life will go, most likely later on as well. Why waste time? This young man, 16-year-old, isn't wasting time. Right? Yes? And the reasons for his, he feels that maybe he can be an example to other young people. I said, oh, he did that. He could do that. He could do it. Right? 16-year-old. Amazing. Well, anyway, so there it is. I remember my first job was, I was 14. I had my first job. I started saving. I saved everything, not for clothes and makeup, to go and take trips to see other places. I loved doing that. And so that's what I did. And I was very good at saving money. And I have to say, before the age of 60, I've accomplished everything I've ever wanted to accomplish, just about. Oh, got one more thing to do. Got to read the Bible from beginning to end with all of you guys. Oh, one or two anyway. And make these Bible videos. To encourage our young people. The ones struggling, this and that too. But you got a gift, you got a talent. As parents to let them know. It's a good thing. I feel like I've done that with all of my children. Yes. Anywho, interesting story. Yes, again. On how Joseph Streams now, after 10 years, right? 10 years. Well, wait a minute. Now he's worked for Pharaoh for 7 years. So he's 37 now, right? Yes? He's going on 40, sounds like. Yeah? Because he was 30 when he started to take over for the Pharaoh to do all that. So they had the seven fat years. Now they're in the lean years. So he's got to be between 37 and 40 years old, something like that. And Joseph's dreams suddenly now are coming true. Interesting. Yeah. Anywho, that's what I wanted to share this morning. Oh, Bible reading. Don't have much else to say. I got work to do. Got to go. Got to do the barn too today. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to you all another time.